Hello everyone. Today with me is the principal of Nitte School of Fashion Technology and Interior Design, Dr. Sandhya Ravi ma'am. Hello ma'am, and thank you so much for accepting our invitation.
Yeah, thank you, Devinder. It's very nice to be here.
So ma'am, without wasting much of your time, I would like to start the interview with the very first question. So you have held key positions at educational institutes throughout your professional career. So what are the key factors that keeps you connected with the education sector?
One is, talent search. Second is sharing our experiences. Basically what happens is, when you share your experiences, it is very easy for you to get connected. And apart from that, trying to have linkages with industry so that, industry, academia, there is a kind of linkage and it would help the students on the long run. Not only help the students, I think it will help the faculty also, because what happens in the industry and what happens in the institute have to go hand in hand. That's when our children will be much ready to take on their jobs in the respective fields.
Absolutely, ma'am. Absolutely right. So, ma'am, being the principal of Nitte School of Fashion Technology and Interior Design, what is your philosophy of leadership? How would you describe your leadership style?
Yes, being the principal of such a prestigious management, Nitte School of Nitte itself is a prestigious management, which has actually started off with, K.S. Hegde, who was the Chief Justice of India. This is being run by people who are in the academic field. And Dr. N.R. Shetty being in the academic field, and right now he's the sitting chancellor of a central university of Karnataka, which is at Kalburgi. It is a lot of reflection on the working culture of the college, point number one. And secondly, what is very important is, I actually held a corporate position earlier. How I came on to teaching is because of the love for teaching. Point number one. And secondly, the leadership skills come out when you are very confident about what you're doing and when you love what you do, And apart from that, I believe in giving chance to everybody. I believe in growing together. That's what is very, very important. See, when you grow together, the feeling of oneness is there, and, everybody wants to try out and give opportunities to the juniors also. Because, the juniors, when they come in, they have a lot of talent, untapped talent, and when you actually give importance to such things, and I think it plays a very important role, because that's when you get fresh information. Then there is an energy to work, and then when you work with such people, younger generation, you also are young. See, basically when you are in teaching, you are constantly young because you are among young children and students, and the thoughts also goes on.
Correct. I really like the philosophy of yours about the leadership. So moving on to the third question, ma'am. So how do you strategize about the key programs and plans for the marketing and administration of your institute?
The key strategies followed at Nitte School of Fashion Technology and Interior Design is very, very unique. Let me tell you why I call it unique. Being a very reputed institution run by a reputed management, we have first is our teaching, teaching, which is basically, research oriented. And secondly, the marketing skills that we require here is quality teaching. When you have quality teaching, automatically, word of mouth, it spreads everywhere. And 5 years of existence, our education, to tell you the truth, the quality of education is excellent. Why I say it is because of the academic record that it has created at the university. We've got 3 university academic ranks, which is, very, very proud for Nitte institution. And apart from that, our marketing strategy is, by word of mouth, things have to go. And secondly, give that extra edge to students where they learn apart from their curriculum. When they learn apart from their curriculum, they themselves will act as ambassadors of the college, because they carry out saying, when usually, students get connected with other college students, there is a discussion. What is it that your college is doing? So, students are very proud, and they will tell you that, they are getting something extra, and they're learning something which is related to to job opportunities that they will be getting in the future when they graduate. And apart from that, what we always think is basically is give importance to students, have what do you say, environment to learn, learning environment. And apart from that, what is very important is be humane with students. And especially in this pandemic, I think we've been really successful. Let me tell you why. Because there is a mentorship that goes on. Individual mentorship is there for slow learners, and there is group mentoring also. And these help in marketing ourselves. Apart from that, our academics. And apart from academics, my connection with university, my connection with various industries, my connection with various educational institutions and educationists. What happens by word of mouth, when people are trying to inquire with others, they will definitely refer our institution, because there is a personal connectivity. And since we have an institution academic relationship, it becomes a lot more easier.
That's really great, ma'am. So, ma'am, just wanted to understand the education system in India, and other foreign countries are structured very differently. So, in your experience, what can an inbound student can gain from studying in your institute?
Yes, this is a fantastic question. Especially, when you compare our education system with the ones abroad, there are a lot of differences, let me tell you. Basically on the content part, and then, basically on the pattern part, they have summer and winter openings. Whereas here, we don't have anything like that. We have only one entry, that's in the month of June or July, right? But what is very important that they get in NITE institution is, apart from their curriculum learning, they are getting a lot of add-on programs that are there, which will enhance their ability to get experiential learning, which will help them, get accustomed to the new environment or new job that they get into. Basically what happens as a raw graduate, when you get out, you don't even know that experiential experience that you get. Here what happens is, since we have workshops, live demonstrations, then one-on-one discussion with professionals. So what happens, you get to know the working knowledge. And demonstrations, since it's a very skill oriented subject, demonstrations play a very important role. And getting hands-on experiences there, right? That hands-on experience will actually give you the confidence. And that is the USP, I think, of our institution, where students really are nurtured to face the world when they get out.
That sounds really interesting, ma'am. The concept you have shared, what a student can gain from experiential learning. So moving on to the next question, ma'am. According to you, how does the curriculum of NITE School of Fashion Technology and Interior Design ensure the best practice of industry?
See, about the curriculum aspect, let me tell you, since we are governed by Bangalore City University, and we are an affiliated college under Bangalore City University. So what happens, the curriculum aspect of it, since I am a board of studies member, I have certain inputs in the curriculum aspect. But what happens, it's a common curriculum across all the colleges that is there. But what is that is unique in our institution is, one is the add-on program, one is the hands-on experience that the children get. And apart from the curricular aspect, we try to bring in a lot of sister institution interaction, that is with our own sister institutions, where dissemination of knowledge across horizontally takes place. So when you have an exposure with various institutions, horizontal manner, across our sister institutions, they get to know various other aspects of learning. So what happens, it goes beyond the curriculum, right? And curricular aspect is something which is very bound and protected by university and governed by the University Grants Commission. But then here we are going well outside to get them the learning, so that they learn something extra and walk out confidently when they move out of NITE School of Fashion Technology and Interior Design.
Okay, that's a really great answer, ma'am. So moving on to the next question. So, according to you, what do you think is your roles and responsibilities to the institute and to the students?
First and the foremost, my role and responsibility as a principal of NITIS School of Fashion Technology is, I represent, in fact, if you say it's a synonym, NITIS School of Fashion Technology, Dr. Sandhya Ravi, NITIS School of Fashion Technology. Why I say that is because every person who sits in the topmost position of the institution, represents the institution as such. So what happens, what qualities that I imbibe and what qualities that I have directly reflects on the development of the institute, right? But what I want to tell you here is how important my communication skills and how important my leadership skills in nurturing the other teachers, giving it's basically you will have to respect the younger generation, respect the teachers, and automatically, and you can't be the boss all the time. You will have to be one among everybody. So when you're one among everybody, automatically you're creating that skill in everybody, saying that when the leader herself is doing things, it automatically reflects on the teachers who are there. They say, when the principal is doing, why not? Why shouldn't I do it? And secondly, I believe in one very, very important thing is that when I run a race, I want everybody to run with me. It's, if I run alone, then, it's of no use, because when you have everybody run with you, that's when, you come first or second or third, that's immaterial. But then, the confidence is there that the boss is with me. So when the confidence is there, the boss is with me, obviously, it shows that I am with them, come what may. That's when that it gives them the confidence, saying that they're doing their best, and even if they go wrong, they know that there is somebody behind them to back them up. That's what I consider as leadership skill.
I think you have very well explained the true definition of leadership, ma'am. Just a minute. So, ma'am, I wanted to understand from your side, what do you see as your institute's greatest strengths?
First, greatest strength is that it is backed by a fantastic management, who are academically very strong and sound. Secondly, I would talk about, people, that is the teachers. Excellent teachers with very, very good amount of years of experience. Okay. And thirdly is, I would talk about infrastructure, which is, we have all the infrastructure that is required, and well more than that, because we have been recognized at the Atal Incubation Center for the Southern region in association with National Institute of Fashion Technology, Tirupur. So where, there is a lot of research activities that is going on. You hardly find, undergraduate colleges concentrating on research work. That, here there is a lot of importance given to research work, because research work is what gives you an inquisitive bent of mind, which will be more innovative. So the more inquisitive you are, the more innovative you become. And, that is, directly proportional to, where you stand. And apart from that, the quality of students you get. The quality of students that we get. And apart from that, I would also say that, the kind of student-teacher mentoring that is there, that I give a full thumbs up, because, that's what matters a lot, because the students, at the end of the day, students have to be comfortable, students have to be happy. A pleasurable learning is very important rather than a pleasurable learning. That's what is my, view.
Okay, so ma'am, according to you, what are some of the biggest challenges you see both for higher education in general and for NIT Institute?
See, the challenges are many, because, education is not something where you say, you've learned and this is the end of it. No, education is continuously growing. Even if you finish your education, you can actually try and enhance your knowledge with various other courses, which will keep you in pace with what's happening in the trend. I would just give an example here. See, since we are controlled by the university, what happens is we have to actually follow what is there, which is bound by the, we are bound to follow what is there in the university. Apart from that, I would say higher education can be a little more open, and how it's in the Western world, where you have the the freedom to choose the courses. Because see, here when you're doing science, you have to do only science. You just can't deviate yourself from science to arts, or science to commerce, or science to management. But I would suggest that that's the biggest challenge I think higher education has, and the government should think about trying to give it a chance to branch out in various across, horizontally branch out, so that students get an opportunity. See, maybe today I may like science, and tomorrow I will feel probably science is not actually helping me develop my career, or I don't have any interest in science. Then I should be given an opportunity to deviate from science to art or commerce or management. I think that is what has to be the need of the hour and the change. And I think this pandemic has really taught us the biggest lesson, I think. And if you think about education, none of us thought that we would face one day we would be talking to the camera, and the camera would be converting our lessons. Because see, what a teacher's biggest happiness is when she finishes the class and walks out. The facial expression that the children give is what is thankless. It is thankless, let me tell you. But what happens here is that social contact is absolutely not there. Everything is technology. And I think higher education, even if there is technology, I think we should bring in some more technology where artificial intelligence, I think, would definitely help us, because that is one aspect our institution is thinking about bringing it for students at the undergraduate level. Because I'm doing a study in artificial intelligence, and I understand how important it is. Of course, it is a boon as well as a bane to science, because artificial intelligence can go to any level, but when utilized in a very effective manner, I think it will be really a boon to the educational industry, because that's where you can bring out life into virtual teaching.
Well, I think you have shared a lot of insights with me, ma'am. It feels like I should just keep on asking questions again and again with you. But still, I will move on to the last question. So, any suggestions you would like to give to the current youth and aspiring students?
Yes, first and the foremost, I would want to tell all the youth, please do not be disappointed because of COVID. I understand this is an age where you need to be socially, trying to interact with people, and this is the age where you have the urge to try and experience and try and discover a lot of things, And I think from the last March to this March, there is absolutely no connectivity. Probably in between 1 month we had connectivity, but then all the children could not connect with each other. I would say stay motivated, stay positive. This is just a passing phase. Every phase is passing. And definitely, in the months to come, we are surely going to be sitting in college and listening to the lectures, and children are going to be socially active. And what I would want to tell children is life is not just this much. Life is not just education. Life is everything. You need to learn, you need to know how to combat things, you need to take life as it comes. You take one thing at a time. And I would tell children to have short-term goals. Have short-term goals which is achievable. When you achieve short-term goals, definitely, that will boost the spirits of the children. And, it makes them feel happy because they've achieved some goal, what they thought about, right? And when it is short-term, it's easy to achieve. It does not look very long. And, that is one of the key to your success in life. And I would always tell children is because since they are going to be tomorrow's world, please be humane, care for each other, respect each other. And, this is just a passing phase. Please do not worry. And I would say that, every child is gifted. And I would say God has gifted every child. There is something very unique in every child. It's only that, we as teachers must recognize, and we as parents must encourage children. And I always tell children, follow what your heart says. That's when you are able to give your 100%.
Thank you so much, ma'am, for sharing all your thoughts with us. Okay, it was a very interactive session. I'm really feeling motivated. I'm pretty sure the students who are going to watch this video will feel motivated and they can expect clearly what they can get from Nitte School of Fashion Technology and Interior Design. Thank you so much, ma'am.
Yeah, thank you very much.